Hello and welcome to Adrenal Repair. I'm Stephen and today I'm going to talk about depersonalization and how to take those 4 steps towards recovery. Okay, I find a lot of people feel like they're not making any progress, and they're trying these other, all the other principles that I spoke about, such as diet, sleep, exercise, and they're not finding that progress they're not getting that progress that they'd like to be experiencing. Okay, this is just going to give you a few more ideas to try work on, kind of giving you a bigger toolbox to play with and try and lower that threat response on the system. Because you've got to remember, your nervous system just cares about keeping you alive, all right? It controls your whole autonomic system, as in your blood pressure, your body temperature, breathing, digestion, heart rate, as well as it's constantly scanning your environment for threats. It's relying on good eyesight to give it information, good hearing, touch as well, sense of touch to give it information so that it knows how to respond. If it feels any threat in your environment, the nervous system is just going to ramp up. Okay, so it's important. That's what I'm going to talk about today, is the different systems that the nervous system relies on. Okay, and there's a hierarchy to these different systems. Okay, we're going to do a few little tests on each one to make sure that they're working properly. So this is just, I'm not saying that you do some of these drills and then bomb, depersonalization is going to be cured. It's just giving you more tools to work with, okay? So I made a video a while back, Depersonalization Explained, where I went over this chart. If you haven't seen it, please go back, check that out. But I'm going to just run over it really quick. This red marble represents that nervous system, okay? And as the marble works its way up into flight or fight response, eventually then it can only last so long up there to where it bottoms out. Now, we spoke about the zebra getting attacked by the lion, he's being chased, he's up in flight or fight. Eventually the zebra gets caught by the lion and the nervous system bottoms out, and then you get these feelings of no emotions and detached feeling because the body's getting ready for the worst, it's getting ready to be eaten alive, okay? For the person dealing with depersonalization, had some sort of trauma or accumulation of stress over a long period of time maybe, and eventually the nervous system is like, I can't fight anymore, and pulls the plug, and then we end up down here. So we got to lower the threat and we got to build the body back up, following those principles that I spoke about in the past video. Say clean eating, proper sleep, exercise, and stress reduction. Alright, so here we got now is the threat bucket on the nervous system. Okay, we spoke about the stress bucket. This is now we're looking at the threat on the nervous system, okay? So on the top of this hierarchy that the nervous system is relying on information from is your breathing. Okay, so your breathing is the very first thing we do and the very last thing we'll ever do. It's important that we're breathing properly, okay? The 2 different nervous systems is, we got the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Again, I spoke about that in the last video. Sympathetic nervous system is responsible for flight or fight, getting you out of trouble. When we're breathing in that flight or fight response, we chest breathe because it's quick oxygen. It sends it around to the body really quick, to the muscles, to help you move, help you get out of danger. When we belly breathe, okay, where you'll see a lot of babies have this down to an art. It's easy work for a baby to belly breathe, but for a lot of adults, just with a lot of stresses in life, you find it harder to do, okay? But it's easy to train and fix. So basically, to test if you're a chest breather or a belly breather, you lie on your back, hand on your chest and hand on your stomach. Take a breath in. Does your shoulders rise or does your belly rise? Or does your chest lift up or does your belly press out? Okay, we're looking for a deep diaphragmatic breath when we're relaxed. If you're breathing into your chest, then we know you're stimulating that sympathetic nervous system, keeping the nervous system on alert. We want that belly breath where it's going into the belly. It's slowing down the whole system, and this is known as rest and digest. When we're in that parasympathetic stage, the body's working properly. And when the chest breathing, everything's just revved up and it's looking to escape danger. So if you're not efficient with your breathing, this could be one area that you need to work on to start tapping into that sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system and have everything to relax. So you can work this at home at night time before you go to bed. Spend a few minutes just trying to breathe into your hand, fill up your belly, and try not to lift the chest. Now the last third of the chest, the last third of your breath as you breathe in, first 2 thirds should be belly, and then the last third, it's normal for the chest to rise. So that's the first thing you can work on, okay? So breathing, again, if there's an issue with your breathing, that's a huge threat to the system. The next one down, I don't have it on the chart here, is actually your jaw. All right, which might sound a little bit crazy, but when you think about it, we use a jaw to eat. So if we've got any jaw issues, there's nothing I can give you here to test it, but if you go to, let's say, an osteopath or a Czech practitioner in your area, you can look them up to assess the TMJ, your jaw, and see if it's out of alignment. A lot of people are actually going around with their jaw, they don't realize it, that's just slightly off, and that's again going to ring some alarm bells. What they did was, this is a study, they, just to show you how important the jaw is, they connected people up to a machine which gave the readings of the muscles that were firing. So for an example, if I did a bicep curl, the biceps would fire up. And all he did was put a piece of cardboard between the teeth, and the whole system lit up, the whole nervous system lit up and wanted to fucking get out. It felt the danger, the whole thing just lit up. And what's happening there is that little blockage in the tooth is to attract the system. And I'm sure you notice it yourself, if you ate, let's say, some seeds and you got a seed stuck between the tooth, you cannot relax till you get that out. You'll do everything you can to get that seed out of the mouth, between the teeth. So again, that's just like science proving that the jaw is very high up on that hierarchy when it comes to the threat response, if there's any issues with the jaw. So I highly recommend check out an osteopath or maybe a Czech practitioner in your area. Okay, next one down is your vision. So poor eyesight is going to be a massive threat to your system. And it just makes sense when you think about it. Your nervous system is relying on your vision to give information from that external world. Okay, letting you know if there's any threats in your environment. We're led to believe that poor eyesight is the deterioration of just the eyes over time as we age. But we now know in most cases it's actually weak muscles in the eyes. So we don't bring the eyes through full ranges of motions anymore. We don't challenge like long distance and short distance. We're usually just sitting in front of a computer, just in a flat screen or on a phone. And the way the body works is if you don't use it, you lose it. So we start losing these muscles that are used for all these different saccades and looking far and looking close, and bringing the eye around full ranges of motion. We usually have our eyes that just sat in the middle, and we're not scanning like we would if we were living in the wild trying to survive. You'd be constantly scanning, looking around, looking everywhere. So there's a few little drills you can do. I can do another video on this if this is something you're interested in and show you some exercises, but just one simple one that you can actually try at home. So if you have poor eyesight, maybe check your flexibility beforehand, or even use like a bit of writing that's just a little bit out of your reach, maybe both actually. So when you check your flexibility, find a bit of writing that's just out of reach, and I'm going to start with what's called pencil push-ups. Okay, so the way this works is just hold out a pen or pencil in front, and you're going to slowly bring that pencil in and make yourself go cross-eyed. Okay, all the way into your nose and then back out again. And we're just going to rep. This is just one simple little exercise you can do. Rep it for 10 reps. You can have someone look at your eyes or video them and see if they're actually coming in properly. So if one eye's not going in properly, okay, there could be a weakness there, and you might need to do a bit more of these to really notice the benefit of it. Some people, if they do it, no problem. Okay, it mightn't have that much of an effect, but I'm saying there's many other drills where you can see where you might have some problematic areas and we can work on, and then all of a sudden you go back and you look at that writing and you see the vision improved. And also flexibility, which is, again, your nervous system will, if it feels under threat, it's going to lock onto those muscles. And most of us are walking around with tight muscles because of the nervous system. And it's not so much sitting obviously does play a role in that too, but stress in the workplace and sitting is going to really lock things up. So we do these eye drills, and all of a sudden you notice the vision comes back and you get more flexibility straight away, which goes to show the connection of the eyes and the nervous system is linked together. All right, so that's one little drill you can do. Pencil push-ups, maybe go for 10 reps, and then have a look and see if your vision came back. And these are little things we can just play on throughout the day. That's what I'm trying to give you here. I'm not saying you do some eye drills and all of a sudden your depersonalization disappears. We're just trying to get this whole system working as well and functioning as properly as we can. All right. So next one after vision then is vestibular system. So your balance. Poor balance, massive threat in the wild. If you're going to be tripping and falling, huge risk of injury, which then puts you in a very dangerous position. So poor balance is going to be something you want to work on. And a little test you can do is stand on one foot for 30 seconds, see how it feels, and change over, try the other leg. If that's a big issue, you got to fit that in throughout your day. If you can stand on it one leg, no problem, try with your eyes closed to make it a little bit harder. Again, if you're having issues with balance, try fit it in to where, like when you're brushing your teeth on one leg and then change over to the other leg, or could be washing the dishes, standing on one leg, just working on that vestibular system. Okay, again, just helping to calm that nervous system down a little bit and let it know that, okay, I got good control over this body. The last one, well, hearing is another one. I can do some drills again for the hearing. I'll do another video going through a few different exercises that you can practice. I just want to get you to like broaden the mind a little bit with this video and just looking outside the box a little bit more, okay? So hearing again is going to be another one. There's a few little drills you can do for hearing. And weak muscles. It makes perfect sense that weak muscles is going to be a huge threat to the system when it comes to trying to escape a threat, let's say, or even to hunt. If we can't run, if we can't climb, if we can't jump, the nervous system can pick up on this and it's not going to feel safe. So I'm not saying you need to be out there and training to be able to do long distance jumping or rope climbs, but just having the body strong, that the nervous system's like, you know, I feel pretty confident in this body that can carry me around and get me through these tasks that I need to each day. You often hear people who went from not exercising to exercising regularly, and you ask them what's the difference, what do you notice, and they all say the same thing. It's like, my confidence is higher, I just feel better in myself. And that's because the nervous system can feel, okay, I'm strong, I feel pretty good. If I need to escape, I can. If I need to hunt, I can. So I can kind of lower that threat response. And that's part of why people feel so good when they exercise. So if you're not exercising and you don't like going to the gym, just do it for that purpose, just so that the nervous system can relax that a little bit more because it knows you're strong. Now, exercise can be very tricky when we're burnt out. And I did a video, Depersonalization and exercise. Do check that out because I explain how to approach that, because you want to be careful because exercise is stress to the body and we need the right amount, okay, just to get the benefits from it. That was a lot of information, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. Hopefully you take something away from it and make some sense, and some stuff you can play with. And yeah, send some questions at me there in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and sign up to my email list. I've got some good stuff coming for you guys soon. Just click the link below, you get a free download, and yeah, see you guys soon. Take care.